it again. And I'm gonna go zoom. I let Liz do here. Ready. Oh, there I am. I let Liz do the intro this morning. Ah! I forgot I would come out on the other side.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you like our matching TARDIS masks? Liz made them.
Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
Yep.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Yep. I have yarn fuzz in my nose now, or flannel fuzz. I haven't decided which, Hi, I'm Rebecca. And I am, I tipped the camera down a little bit today. So the yarn is big and we are small. And I don't even know what that is on your side. I tried to cover
this?
No, there's a bottle. Oh well. No, it's way in front, don't worry.
Oh, it's
probably ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We leave the meds out now that there's no one else in the shop. That was my squirrel moment number 1. I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the Minion at Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
And we are wearing masks in the shop as our circles widen, mostly mine, when we're not filming or like eating or something. I watched a little bit. Sadly, I don't watch all of our videos, rewatch them. I should.
I occasionally go back and binge watch them, and then
to me it's weird to see us big. Like I'd probably watch it on the TV, and then I'm like huge and in faces and stuff. And yeah, to me that's a little hard. But anyway, no, I was watching this the beginning to make sure it worked, and I'm like, yeah, it's muffled when we're wearing masks. Go figure. So that's why we're not doing the full episode in masks. We need little microphones inside the masks.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, hi. How you doing? Oh, the sun came out and went away. So if anyone sees, if I got brighter and then darker again, that's why. We have all these windows that y'all can't see. People who've been in the shop will know what I'm talking about. And so lighting can change drastically.
Or
depending on the weather.
Even if they haven't been in the shop, we did a shop tour. Like our second episode is a shop tour.
We did. You can see like the outside. We walk along the outside windows before coming in. Yeah, and that speaks to. Sorry, I get obsessed watching what's happening there, and it's backwards, and I'm like, wait, I think which sleeve? What?
I know.
The joke is getting old, but it's still a problem.
Watching the shop tour is probably the best way to see the shop right now.
Yeah. Because
besides the fact that we're not even doing appointment-only shopping, the shop looks like a yarn shop exploded inside.
Yeah, we couldn't do that episode right now. We'd trip.
Yeah, and...
Like, see what's in front of us that I made look pretty? This is the bamboo bloom that I need to photograph because we don't have pictures of all the colors online because our online system limits us to 12 photos. So I'm going to have to do some grouped photos later today. Now you know what I'm going to spend any downtime today doing. As my dad says, I'm an external thinker. But take what you see in front of you and multiply it by like 100 and then mess it up. And that's what a lot of the shop looks like right now. But look, Liz, the angle I pointed the camera at to like accent this yarn means the hole
is gone.
It's still
there.
It's still there.
It's still there. Oh, wait.
We just angled it.
Is there a new hole?
No.
Another hole? No, that's the...
No, it's the display.
Clear box, yeah.
Yeah, makes it look like a hole.
Take.
I feel like I should have this.
We're having technical difficulties again this morning.
Chick. Take 2. Yes. We have had an extraordinary run of luck where the Wi-Fi hasn't hiccuped, and it just hiccuped, just like we're still technically in like our opening monologue-y whatever in it. And I looked up and went, oh, we're frozen. The screen that we're watching. And I was like,
It was weird.
and you were just laughing. That's basic. We just recreated the freeze. Anyway, so let's try this again. We'll see how many of these we have to do to get a full episode today. So I haven't even been paying attention. We'll just wrap up when we feel like we want to wrap up, because I don't know how long that first one was.
Right.
You know.
I didn't even look at a clock or.
Do we really care? Don't y'all just want to hang out with us all day?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch myself big screen all day, but I'll hang out with y'all all day. I really will. So we'll run out of things to talk about though eventually.
Yeah.
Well, we say that. We'll run out of things to talk about that y'all might be interested in. Because there have been days we've been here in the shop and we've been like, dude, we should have recorded this whole part. Because we'll keep vamping about stuff.
There have been murmurings about we need a wildlife camera in here to record all the.
Problem is,
we can't post it online.
Yeah. Yeah, some of our conversations would either be not safe for work or not safe for customers. And we do love y'all.
Children.
But we vent sometimes. And yeah. We use grown-up language sometimes.
What?
Sorry to disillusion anyone who might think that we are like this all the time. We're like this all the time, but people at midnight have heard other things. Yeah, words are different. Especially when we're upset or sad or whatever, because we're human, you know. Anyway, ooh, the sun's coming out again.
I know we get bright.
Ta-da! Anyway, we were talking about how messy the shop is and how we can't let y'all in here. A, because of the virus, and B, because it's a mess in here. Oh my gosh.
I've gotten maybe half of the yarn that's come in over the last, 3 weeks put up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's taken me all 3 weeks to even get to that point.
And then there's all the yarn that we've pulled down to find.
Yeah.
Someone wants all the skeins we have of a yarn, so we need to dig through the bins and pull out the other colors to find what they need. And we have mountains or quicksand to wade through or something. So there's new yarn and there's old yarn.
And then there's sale yarn.
It's a clean shop pretty much because we're a contained environment here. So, but it's on the floor.
Yeah.
So, and then all the sale, we added to the sale yarn. We actually haven't pulled everything off the shelves behind me that needs to go in the sale yarn bins to be the surprise me sale boxes, right? We've got, we know what we can pull from, but we haven't moved it all.
Yeah.
So, hot mess is what I mean.
Hot mess.
Okay, so, so, maybe we could we could let people see, no, we're not going to let people see that. No. I might let y'all see what my filming station is like at home, which is a hot mess too, but what?
For knit night tomorrow night, maybe you could zoom in on a pile.
Oh, and have that as the background?
And have that as the
my
background.
virtual background. Maybe I'll let y'all see some of the mess. So come to virtual knit night. So you can see glimpses of the mess that is the shop. I forgot to turn background music on today, so if you hear anything in the background, it's people drinking coffee out there. That's our only background noise today. So let us know. I mean, if you can even hear the music on the last couple episodes or not. Is it worthwhile to have something playing in the background? Or, I mean, is it too quiet when it's just us talking? I have no idea. I don't know how this all works.
For us, I like having the music because it kind of takes away some of the external noise.
Yeah, we're not as
But we don't know what
by
you guys
crazy
can
out there.
hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So let us know. Two-way conversation here. And I've said it before. Thank you to everybody who's commenting. When I can, I get back to the comments. I used to, like when we started, before the world fell apart, when we started and this was new and I was like, yay! I was responding to everyone's comments because I was so excited. And I still love the comments but I just don't always have energy to reply to them all because
sometimes it's time to.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really surprised how exhausted I am. I probably shouldn't be. Because I think we're all exhausted for various reasons right now. But sometimes, like yesterday, I was so tired in the afternoon, and we were only here for like an hour in the morning filming and taking some photos and things, and I went home and went, why am I so tired? because we didn't work full day, like here. I was still trying to get stuff done at home, but why am I so tired? Like, which I'm sure most of the people watching are like, well, duh, of course you're tired. But to me, it's like, but, huh? You know. Anyway. That's my maybe squirrel moment number 2. We keeping track?
Maybe.
Liz probably keeps track. It just doesn't always tell me. You know.
Hey, baby.
Okay, so Liz, what are you working on today?
So after our discussion about Yarn Baby yarn yesterday,
Daydream Dye Works.
Sorry, Daydream Dye Works.
I'm not the only one who's tired.
It's morning. I pulled out my Daydream Dye Works.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good on the camera. Look at that.
And I've done 3. I did 3 rows last night, or 3 sections. Chunks. I call them rows, but yeah. So
they're rows because it's over and then it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know. I count working your way back.
The contrast and the main color as a row, like if it's
which is how Marin divvies it up too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but I'm doing the contrast color at the end of row 9, and then I will do row 10, and out of 12 colors that of the roses, I only have 4 colors left before I have to wind yarn of all my
the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So what she means by roses is Emerald did a promotion over Valentine's Day where she did these little mini skeins where they were 10 grams. 10 grams. So like 1/10 of a normal skein. And she's been using them in there, so which is really fun. They were wrapped up in red tissue paper, so and you didn't know what was inside. But they weren't necessarily like Valentine's colors inside, like red and white, whatever. But
I bought 6 of them right around Valentine's Day, and then when I had the apostrophe for the shawl, I bought like 11 more.
Yeah.
And I wound up with like 4 or 5 doubles, but I had the full set.
But you could use those for longer sections if you wanted to.
I'm saving them for further in section 2.
There you go. Cool.
Because it doesn't take a full 10 grams to do any of that.
Mm-hmm. But look how pretty that is. Like her, and I was showing y'all yesterday, I've used 1 color of emeralds for the cowl with a solid. But Emerald's hand dyes are awesome. And she gets embarrassed when we say nice things about her, so we've just said more nice things about her. Cause her stuff is great, and I, you know what, honestly, on the same way, I was saying to Liz last night that us shy girls, and you wouldn't think I'm a shy girl, but I was raised to be a shy girl. We're also raised to not take compliments well. To go like, oh no, please don't say that. Oh,
best boss in the whole wide world.
Yeah, that makes me squirm. Not twitch, makes me squirm every time she says it. 'Cause yeah. Anyway, now I'm really noticing the no music. But moving on. I could go over and turn music on, but I'm not going to. Because we're just gonna keep going. Because we don't know if we're gonna freeze, so we have to keep going. So Liz is working on yet another papillon, which is awesome. We were discussing you've got, what, 9?
I think 9 on
9
needles.
on needles right now, and you've completed 4? 3? 4? 4. Okay.
1 went to my sister, but yeah, 4.
But it still counts as a finished one.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't be showing it off here on camera, but it counts. I still left the one I'm on. I'm on my 3rd. I left it at home still. But I made some progress. Right now I'm only making progress on them when I teach a class on the papillon. Because I show off red and orange squares. And if I'm at the right place in the pattern, it helps me get more stuff done.
I have probably 2 or 3, no, probably 3 or 4 ideas for papillons. Like I have...
She's going to make more.
A twist one. I have...
So wait, that's the Daydream one.
This one's Daydream.
You're gonna make one with Twist Fiber Studio.
Yeah, because I bought a Twist mystery bag when they were for Yarn Crawl last year. I bought a Twist mystery bag, and I bought yarn from them the other times.
Did you move all of it over there?
I did because
you keep talking.
I had no room, and
she's allowed to rearrange yarn.
So I have twist, and that one I'm gonna do the 6 colors because I don't think I have enough to do, tons.
Oh, there we go. Twist.
Twist.
Fiber Studio. We only have the colors that she's made specially for us because she doesn't tend to wholesale a lot other than what she makes specially for us. So she has lots of colors. We just don't have them in the shop.
I found red yarn. I'm gonna do a fingering weight with mohair, red and black one. That one I don't know if I have the black for yet, so we'll see when I get there. And then
I think she can find some here in the shop.
maybe I mean and then I have a teal one with mohair, and the wings are going to be teal and teal mohair together, and then the contrast is actually the brown and teal fiber spades behind you. Well, it's off to the side, hanging top row right next to the pink. Yep, that's what my contrast rows are going to be.
Cool.
So it'll look like fuzzy wings with the teal mohair. I thought about doing just plain mohair, but I think it would float too much. Like it wouldn't.
Oh, it'd be too wispy and blow
It would
away.
be too wispy and blowy if I. Yeah. So those are my
gonna be awesome.
plans.
Are you gonna add and have like 13 going at once, or are you gonna wait till you finish one? Do you think before? The eternal debate.
Part of the problem has not been could I just add, because you know me, I could just add anytime. The biggest problem that I'm facing right now is for all of those, I have to wind the yarn. I'm just
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm like, I don't feel like winding, or it's rainy, and
we mostly she winds so much yarn in the shop for customers that we go home and the last thing we want to do is wind yarn. We may want to knit, but the last thing we want to do is wind yarn. I can totally relate to that. So yeah, and I don't even wind half the amount of yarn that she does.
And I think most of the yarn that I need to wind for any of my papillons, like this one, I have fingering weight yarn that has to be wound, and that takes a good 10-15 minutes of skein depending on how many issues I have. I have very little worsted weight yarn that has to be wound, so I'm just like, I don't want to wind yarn.
She needs to do more worsted weight projects so she can wind yarn faster. Anyway, anyone who has wound yarn, especially hand-balled it, can relate. So I thought I would show off the progress I've made on my hug shot. I feel like I haven't made a lot of progress, but I have. Because the rows are getting longer now, I make progress, but I'm only on what row or what section? So here is my hug shot. I think the last time we talked, I was down here somewhere. But now I have more. I have done a whole nother section. Remember yesterday I was talking about the pattern goes alternating rows with one pattern, and then with 2 colors. Alternating every 2 rows, every other color, and then a section with only the variegated, and then alternating every 2 rows with the 2 colors with a different pattern, and then a repeat of what we did in section 2, and then a new pattern again here with alternating rows, and then a repeat of section 2. And now I'm on section 7, maybe. So if I bring it up close, this was section 5, and that's, I think, really cool looking. And then section 6, and I'm on section 7 up here. I haven't done a whole lot, but I'm having fun, and I think it looks really cool.
And the color in person is
keep saying.
I keep saying it because, oh my gosh, it is just, it's way brighter than what you see on the.
It's bright and fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have more kits of it online. If you buy kits through Sunday, I know we're broken records on it, but some people might be catching this for the first time. If you buy one of our kits, you get a code for a free pattern. And so the reason that mine, in these sections where I say it's only one color, but it looks like lots of color, is because it's this dipped and dappled. And it's called Dipped and Dappled by Ba. The Hoya is the base. Ba is the yarn company. And Dipped and Dappled because if you open up this twist to a band, half of it is solid, dipped, and half of it is dappled, speckled.
If you want to open it, I'll twist it back up.
Dare I do this? Yeah, she'll twist it back up for us. So see, dipped and dappled. And when I knit with it, what's really cool is you don't know how the pooling is going to happen. So as the rows got longer, we have where it's really variegated and where it's pooling. And then again, in different spots. And this last section did some really cool stuff where it's really variegated over here. It almost looks striped over here. And it keeps changing. So, we had 2 more colors of this left. We used to have a bunch of this, and we've almost sold out of all the different colorways.
2 more colors. This one's almost the opposite of... Oh, wait. Sorry. This one's almost the opposite of that. So, whereas this has greens and pinks in the dappled, this one's green with the pinks in the
Our brains are melting
dappled.
Down here.
I keep looking at the camera.
There's some green... yellow-green specklies here in the dappled part. And, we're going to open everything.
I just,
She doesn't mind winding it back up. So, see, some of the colors in the dappled section. The dappled section on both of these really is similar. It's got the pinks and greens, right? But this one that I'm using has pink as its main color, as the dipped part. And that one has green as its main dipped part. And so we're like, well, what do we pair it with? And we finally settled on the closest we could get to this bright pink. But it's the fiber space. It's got some mottled stuff in it. It'll be gorgeous. It'll be so gorgeous. It plays up the colors that are in the dipped and dappled. So imagine that. In this, where the dark green in mine is where the hot pink will be. I think it's going to look so cool.
It's going to look awesome.
And then we also, for people who are yellow and black fans, the beehive, it's going to have a big chunk of yellow, and never mind, we're just going to see it all. Because she's going to wind all these up.
It's easier just to show it off, so there's halfway.
Uh-huh. And imagine that paired with, she picked out a bunch of things, and we finally narrowed in on that one, crocus. Crocus is a neat color because crocus has some pinks in it, but also some grays with hints of blue. So it is just going to pop. Like we were looking at things that might be too muted against it, and that because you were even saying some of the gray parts of it have these warm tones to it, it's going to look really cool with the yellow. So if anyone's interested, we have a few of those listed online. Buy them before Sunday, you get a code for a free pattern. After Sunday, you got to pay for the pattern, but it's still cool. It's still something neat. There's lots of other patterns you can do with 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn as well.
Oh, yeah.
So if you like any of the color combos, let us know.
Possibilities are endless.
There's also online, you can buy a Breathe and Hope kit to make the hug shot and vice versa. And this was my Breathe and Hope, which is the first one Casa Pinka did in the end of April. This is my Breathe and Hope that has 2 colors working across the same row in a way. It's mosaic. We've talked about mosaic on this show before in terms of slip stitches. But so you can see the difference. They're both kits that take 2 fingering weight skeins of yarn, but with very different effects. A lot more stripies happening in this one, a lot more texture to the stripies. And then this one has a lot of different sections going on in it. I haven't gotten as far on this one. Maybe I'm not as interested in it. The hug shot is supposed to be easier. It all depends on your definition of easy. I do think there's not as much slipping of stitch. Well, there's slipping of stitches in this one, but not maybe in the same way as a mosaic would be, to create textured effects. And there's no knitting into the stitches below, which creates a really cool effect on this one. But I think not everyone was thrilled about having to do that. So, we have all different levels of engagement. I'm a big fan of sometimes mindless knitting. Things where I don't have to think quite as hard is better, especially when I go to a knit night or something like that. So, there's also kits of this color combo left on the Breathe and Hope ones. I'm going to scroll now because, again, more people are coming outside, and it made me a little twitchy. Lost my train of thought.
Dragging chairs, and that keeps...
And that's like, wait, what was I saying? What was I thinking? I have no idea how long it went before it froze earlier. So, I don't know how long we've been going now. Anyway, we've been going about 20 minutes on take 2. And it hasn't frozen yet, knock on wood. So,
Sweet.
Not that I believe in superstition, except for the boyfriend sweater superstition. No. I think that's one of the only superstitions in knitting. There might be others. But like the big one, the big superstition, is the boyfriend sweater curse. I don't know if you all have heard of that. Some of you are going, and some of you are going, huh? What's that? So this is like knitting lore. Is if you make a sweater for your boyfriend, or your significant other, before you get married, you'll break up. And I think we've talked about it in at least one other.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. And I can't say if it's true or not. I mean, I did make a sweater for my then boyfriend. I think we lived together. And we got married, but then we got divorced. So I guess that still proves the curse? I don't know. Anyway, I have several potential sweaters going for my husband-like person now. And
I think you've stalled out on them more
I know.
than
so
know.
I don't know if we're going to be able to test that theory because I may never
that.
finish
And
it.
you were making one of them as a surprise, so you didn't want to work on it at the house.
And now I'm never working on anything here because either we're super busy on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or we're hiding from people and trying to get work done on the other days, which doesn't really work, so we just go home. So, yeah. So I don't know if that's going to get done. I'd like for it to get done. But it's also a yarn that, while it's a yarn we're carrying in the shop, I don't know for how much longer we'll carry it in the shop. So again, I feel like I'm kind of compelled to work with yarn that we're currently selling. And that's my life now, which is okay, because we have some awesome yarns here. But it does mean sometimes I drool over other people's yarn and just go, I'm so sad. Which is why when Liz buys yarn from another shop, I'm not upset. Because I get to live vicariously through her. Because we can't carry everything here. I wish we could. That would be awesome. We don't have enough space.
And like the one time since you opened the shop that you bought yarn from somebody else, from Twist, who was here doing a pop-up shop, and you mixed it with yarn that we have in the shop, and you made a hat.
Yep.
And everybody loved the hat, and you're like, we have colors, and they're like, no, we want that color. And it was, we don't have that in the shop because we don't carry the yarn. And they're like, well,
but I want that.
It became a big hassle.
So I can't do that anymore. Or if I do, I can't show y'all. Because, yeah. Anyway, that's life. Don't you love it? Yeah. I think we have to start our day. Well, no, we have a little more time, but we probably should wrap this up.
Yeah, because I don't feel like tacking that on right now.
And she's gotta be knitting while we're talking because that's what she does.
My hands, I don't like sitting still. No.
I know, but it's so weird because it's like Liz has to be doing that. I'd love if we were both sitting knitting. Stop it.
I told you I have to be sitting knitting.
I'd love it if we were both sitting and knitting while we did this, but I don't think my brain could handle it. Like, there's times my brain can knit and do things, but there's other times when no. So I don't know how our flow would go if we were both working. I think, like, today was already kind of stuttery, or, like, broken, and I think it might be worse if I was also trying to get something done.
I've practiced a lot. It's like walking and chewing gum.
Well,
But
and
you
you
throw a
mall
third
walk.
thing.
You mall walk and
Yeah.
knit and crochet, like, well, pre-pandemic times. So you already have some experience with
and
that.
Amy D and I, when we go for the cystic fibrosis walks, we would walk and knit at the same time.
And I struggled with that a little. I can knit and talk to someone, and not look at what I'm doing, and I'm fine. I can't be teaching a lesson on one craft, like knitting, and work on a crochet project. My brain will explode out my ears. Like, they're working at their own pace, and so I can get some work done on my project. And if it's too different from what they're working on, like, I could, when the shop was open, I could have 6 people sitting at the table, or at least 4, working on different things, and be bouncing around helping them all, and just, you need to give me about 10 seconds to let my brain shift to your project. But if I tried to work on my own project on top of that, especially if it was an alternate craft, I'm a puddle on the floor. So, multitasking only goes so far, especially as you get older. So,
If my brain starts listening to you talk about crochet while I'm knitting, then it's like, well, how would I do this in crochet? And then it's like, oh crap, I don't even know how to knit. Like, what do I do next? And
oh boy. All right. On that note, we're gonna try to go get some stuff done before the chaos of Thursday takes off. So I have some phone calls to make back. I have some we have some orders to fill, and we want to be ready if y'all want to call us today. So we will do our best to get this video up before noon.
No promises. Yesterday it froze.
Yesterday we got Spinning Wheel of Death on iMovie trying to share to YouTube. So I went home to do it, and then it took like 3 hours at home. It's hit or miss how the internet home's going to do. It's hit or miss how the internet here is going to do. I don't know how much of our goofs here are because there's people sitting out there, maybe tacking into the Wi-Fi. But for the most part, I think the coffee group outside is just chatting with themselves. Yeah. They're not on their phones. Not that generation. We would be on our phones if we weren't knitting.
We are when we
filming.
go out for our go out for fresh air
for the 3
and
to 5,
3 to 5, and we're both. It's like, come out and sit with me, okay? And we're both on our phones.
We'll know it's bad if we start texting each other while we're both sitting outside. We haven't gotten to that point yet.
Almost.
So we've texted from her outside and me inside, but anyway, I could go on, as we know. But yes, let's get our. Oh, that's not the one that matches you. I have so many masks here now. Here it is.
So many masks.
Here it is. Pleats down.
Pleats down.
Pleats down. Okay. Let's get ready for the day.
Yay! See, yours is faster.
Mine's faster because I have the pigtails and the elastic that he made for me, but I don't know if it adjusts as well. And I have to go turn off the camera now, so you can take your time.
Okay. Well, I'm almost there we go.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
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 Oh,
what?
Like us. We miss you.
We like us. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell. Bye. Stay safe. Good.
Stay tuned for more Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
We totally forgot. We're going to put this under the final picture. Sorry.
Oops.
We'll see you next week.